Welcome, everybody, to Intensity Broadcasting for coverage of the Intensity Racing League Short Track Series presented by Intensity Broadcasting. Tonight, these super late models will be racing at Lucas Oil Raceway. It's an interesting track. We'll see. First time I've ever watched a race on Lucas Oil Raceway, so we'll see how it goes. And I'm going to be your announcer for tonight, Atlee Atman-Weiss, and joining me tonight to call the action is another fellow iRacer. We got Alex Veith in the booth. Hey, Alex, how you doing tonight?
Good. I'm excited. I'm excited. The new 8 models are out. A little bit different shaped body, and I think a little bit different chassis too.
Right. If you look at a previous Intensity Racing League Short Track Series broadcast and then look now at the super late models, they look extremely different, and I think they look a lot sleeker and cleaner compared to the other ones. So, I mean, I like the new change that iRacing has made to the new super late models.
Yeah, it's kind of been a mad scramble since they came out on Tuesday because they completely changed everything about the car and no one had a paint scheme.
I did see that, but it looks like everybody's got their paint schemes. Here's Matt Knight's got his paint scheme. Looks like everybody is looking good here. And Lucas Oil Raceway is actually a very underrated iRacing track. It is one of the tracks that you do have to buy. And I mean, before we made the schedule for the Intensity Racing League Short Track Series, I had never heard of Lucas Oil Raceway before. But we'll see if it produces some good racing.
Yeah, up until recently it was known as Indy Raceway Park.
Don't know that. And it looks like we are now finishing up practice. We're going to now get set for qualifying to see who is going to be the fastest in these new super late models at Lucas Oil Raceway. Here we go. You want to cover quickly last week's top 3. We saw Brendan Queen get yet another win. Isaiah Gill, though, not far behind. He got second place. And then we saw Tyler Tomasi get yet another third place finish. We'll see if maybe Tyler Tomasi might be able to get his first win of this season here. There you see that number 76 machine. I actually don't think that he was able to get his new paint scheme onto the super late model, so he's running this default Fanatec car.
With his custom font, I believe. Is that a custom font or is that an iRacing font, I wonder?
I'm not exactly sure. It doesn't look like an iRacing font to me, but it may be a custom font.
Either way, I dig it. That's a good looking 76.
He's now getting set. He's first on the board with a 22.91. Got Blake Stallings. He's now getting set for his first time lapped in that number 77 machine. See where he's going to get on the board. Goes in turns 3 and 4. Staying up on the high side of the track. I've noticed that. Not many people are running that low line. He's going to get to...
Yeah, I'm not sure if that lap's going to count, whether he hit the wall before or after the stripe. Looks like that lap did not count.
Here's Daniel Folds. He was able to get to the top of the board with a 22.84. He's going to slow on down. There goes Matt Knight's getting on the board. The 23.44, the 46-year-old from Berlin, New York. The PD picture.
Blake Stallings and the MPI Banana out there. Brandon Queen did get his paint scheme transferred over in record time.
There he is in that 03 looking to get... Yep, it's going to be 2 in a row. Trying to get 2 in a row here. He won last week at New Smyrna. He jumps to the top of the board with a 22.72. He's the first driver here to break into the 22.7s, but if there's one driver that has not set a time lap, and if there's one other driver that has the chance to either beat Brendan Queen or also get into the 22.7s, that is that 88 machine of Kyle Meyer. He's been up there with Brendan all race. He's got 2 wins, one at Langley, one at Myrtle Beach with that photo finish. So we'll see how well he'll do. Gonna wait for him to get out there on the track. Like everybody except for Kyle Meyer has gotten a qualifying time.
I saw his car out there earlier heating up the tires, but I don't think he completed a lap.
We did actually mention that last week about the whole iRacing folklore, heating up the tires before you start running your qualifying lap. Now, I saw some grandstands. Is that actually the grandstands to Indianapolis Motor Speedway?
I'm not sure of the location compared to the Brickyard, but I will do a quick Google map search.
While you do that, let's actually take a look at the weather here. It looks like it's in Clermont, Indiana, so I might not be by Indianapolis Motor Speedway, but the weather got 78 degrees Fahrenheit, 55% humidity, clear skies with 2 miles per hour winds. About your typical Indiana summer afternoon. Track temperature is 116 degrees. We got a hot track.
It is an 11-mile drive across town to Indianapolis Motor Speedway from Indy Raceway Park or Lucas Oil Raceway.
Okay, so it isn't. I thought it was actually directly by Indianapolis Motor Speedway, so it's actually 11 miles away from the Brickyard. We are now completing our qualifying session, getting set for the race.
On a positive note, on your drive to the Brickyard from Indy Raceway Park, you can stop at a Dairy Queen or an Arby's literally on the route. So, I mean, there's that.
Wow. And when we look at the starting lineup, only 6 cars, small field. But that doesn't mean that we're not going to see some awesome racing. We got Brendan Queen with a 22.716 starting on the pole. We have Daniel Folds starting this race in second. Tyler Tomasi is going to be third. Outside of him, got Mr. Matt Knights. And then rounding out your top 5, you got Blake Stallings. And then last but not least, he did not set a qualifying time. And starting in the back, we got Kyle Meyer. There we go. We look onto the racetrack, and there's that new pace car.
The nondescript pace car.
It is not based off of any brand whatsoever. It's called when we were putting it in for the session, it was called the iRacing Official Pace Car Sedan. Volkswagen Jetta.
It is a good-looking car from the front, I will say.
Have the cool graphics on the side. We're still waiting Daniel Folds to get on. There we go. We got that 09. So we're now set to go racing here. Got everybody on the grid. Like they're shifting into first now. Cars are rolling. Got those Hoosier tires, and there we go. We're off. After this, we're going to do one more lap around Lucas Oil before we officially go green here at Lucas Oil Raceway. Again, on the bottom, got Brendan Queen. On the top, it's Daniel Folds. Behind them, we got Tyler Tomasi and Matt Knights. This is the best starting position that Matt Knights has gotten so far this season. We'll see if he can capitalize on that.
I will say they probably could have modeled a better light bar on top of the car.
It does look a little
They
bit.
could have put a better low pro bar than that. Come on, iRacing.
It does kind of look like a spoiler. But speaking of spoilers, I do like the clear spoil on these super late models, and we'll see how these drivers handle the new super late models here. We're getting set to go green.
New pace car, new super late model here at Indy Raceway Park, Lucas Oil Raceway. The pace car is off. We are rolling around turn 4. And
Green flag,
kick the tires
green flag.
and light the fires. We're going green flag racing. Brendan Queen out to an early lead. Daniel Folds working the wall.
Ooh, I think Daniel Folds has actually made some contact with the wall, as we did see him working it. That has actually plagued him all throughout this season. He's had a lot of trouble with the wall. He's going to try to work on Tyler Tomasi to try to get back in second place. And while all this is going on, Brendan Queen already has himself an early lead. Matt Knights has fallen down to 6th as Kyle Meyer jumps to 5th. He's already in the top 5, and he's working on Blake Stallings right now. Again, he did start in the back due to not setting a qualifying time.
Yeah, one of the bigger tracks we've raced here in the Intensity Broadcasting Super Late Model Series at 7/10 of a mile. So, I mean, these guys are going to get some speed and not use so much as brakes as what we're used to.
Right, and that might emerge some drivers that we don't normally see do well at the brake-heavy track. So you might see some new heroes here at Lucas Oil Raceway. The biggest track that we had on the schedule was Nashville Fairgrounds, and we saw Isaac Gill get that win, and he's 09 is around, got loose, and he's got Blake Stallings trying to get by him. Man, just got it loose there. Blake Stallings gotten by him. He's now side by side with Kyle Meyer for 4th, and Kyle Meyer makes his way by Daniel Folds. So we saw Daniel Folds make some contact with the wall. He lost 2nd and then got it loose there, and he lost a couple more positions. So we'll see if he'll be able to make his way back up to the field.
Brendan Queen has stretched the lead over Tyler Tomasi at the 7/10 of a second, and a second over Blake Stallings, and almost a second and a half over Kyle Meyer. Starting to make some space here in the pack.
Right, and we'll see if we might see tires potentially come into play, but I don't know. If Brendan Queen can keep up this momentum, he could get a big, big lead. And this is a 50-lap race, so he's got a lot of time to increase his gap over Tyler Tomasi, but that's definitely going to encourage Tyler Tomasi, because first of all, he's got to hold off Blake Stallings, and second of all, he's got to try to get back up there to Brendan Queen. So we're looking to see a battle for second as Blake Stallings is really in that 76 machine. Could throw a blanket over 2nd through 4th as Kyle Meyer's also coming into the mix there. Blake Stallings trying to make the pass. He's setting it up, trying to calculate what he is going to do to get by that 76 of Tyler Tomasi. Looks low there. Tyler Tomasi's trying his best to take his line away. There goes Kyle Meyer getting a big run on Blake Stallings. Stallings still trying to set up a pass to get by Tyler Tomasi. Ooh, little wiggle there off of 2. He was able to save it though, and he gets loose again.
Big slide for Blake Stallings is going to open the door for Kyle Myers to suck up on his back bumper.
Right, those 2 slides definitely hurt the 77's momentum. So there comes Kyle Meyer getting up there to the back bumper of that 77 machine.
The track is hot, hot, hot. It is 113-degree track temp with an ambient temperature of 78. That is slick. That is hot slick.
Ooh, there goes Daniel Folds into the wall. There in 5th.
These guys will be feeling those tires here in about 20 laps. They'll be begging for a caution to get a chance to get some fresh stickers on.
I don't know. We might see one right here as we're still seeing that battle from second to fourth ramp up. But somebody who doesn't want a caution is that driver in first place, Brendan Queen. He's got himself a 1.4 second lead over second place, Tyler Tomasi, and it is increasing. So we'll see how far Brendan Queen can get away from Tyler Tomasi before the caution comes out or the race ends. Or can Tyler Tomasi, with tire wear and everything going on, can he gain ground? And oh, the 77 gets way loose, and that's going to help the 3 of Kyle Meyer go by him. He was just getting really, really loose. The tires were really slick there for Blake Stallings, and finally it just gave that. And Daniel Folds has had a lot of trouble. Started the race in second and has fallen way behind as there's Blake Stallings. He's got Daniel Folds starting to catch him, but now that Kyle Meyer's got some clean track in front of him, will he be able to get up there to Tyler Tomasi? And the question is, if he can get by Tyler Tomasi, and there's still a decent amount of laps left, he might be able to get up there and track down Brendan Queen.
I don't know, man. Brendan Queen has yarded the field at this point. I mean, it's going to take a caution to get him reeled back in.
Now, I will say Kyle Meyer is, that time by, he was second fastest, but only 100th off of Brendan Queen. Kyle Meyer's fast right now. He's got that car on a rail as there he is. He's starting to catch up there to Tyler Tomasi, setting up a pass, trying to get by him. Ooh, big run. Got almost to the bumper of that 76 machine.
Inside he goes, works around and drives like him. He is tied to the wall.
Kyle Meyer gets into second place. Tyler Tomasi thought about trying to make a move low, but he is going to stay in third. And Kyle Meyer now, he's got clean track in front of him. He was the fastest car on the track last lap. And he used that speed and momentum to get up there to Brendan Queen. He's got about 30 laps left to get up there to Brendan Queen. Brendan Queen right now has a 1.8 second lead. There you see that neon yellow 88 coming into frame as we're looking at the 03 of Brendan Queen right now. You gotta wonder, is that 03 having some tire issues right now? Is it slick for him, or is he doing A-okay up front? Because we know he's very good at saving the tires. He's done it time and time again.
Yeah, Kyle Meyer's going to put a lot of heat and damage on his tires trying to roll in Brendan Queen.
With Kyle Meyer getting into second past Tyler Tomasi, we see a big gap all throughout the field. It's either a 1 second or 0.7 second gap between everybody, and then there's Matt Knights, who's 10 seconds behind Daniel Folds, but yeah, he's just chilling, as always.
Yeah, you really see these guys diming off that corner, drive it in deep, let it drift to the wall, and then charge down the hill on corner exit.
And I will say, these drivers in this session, they had 10 minutes of practice, so they've really got Lucas Oil Raceway down pat here. There we go. We're seeing Tyler Tomasi do that same thing. Goes up there in the corners and then charges down to the bottom. And as we look now at Kyle Meyer, lead hasn't gone down any since we last look at the gap between Brendan Queen and Kyle Meyer. Still about 1.8. Oh, we do see it maybe going down a little bit.
It went down to 1.8. It was 1.09. That was 1.484.
I don't know. Can Kyle Meyer get up there to the 03 of Brendan Queen? Next time by, we're going to have only 25 laps to go, which means that Kyle Meyer, he only has 25 laps to get up there to that 03 of Brendan Queen. Oh, it's actually going down. The gap is now 1.4, 1.5. Kyle Meyer.
Sticks, we are halfway.
He's reeling them in for sure. You can tell. But I don't know. Will that burn his tires? Because of how hard he's pushing it to get up there. Or is Brendan Queen maybe sandbagging?
I'd bet money he is saving the tires because he knows that when he gets up here, his tires are going to be hot and wore out. He's going to have fresher, less flogged rubber.
True. What happened to Tyler Tomasi? Tyler Tomasi got in an incident. And he just went into... And he manually disconnected. We gotta see what happened here to Tyler Tomasi. We watch.
Yeah, it snapped loose on him.
Ooh.
That is big news for the 8 of Matt Knights. That puts him inside the top 5.
And that he might, if, yeah, it's guaranteed. He is going to get his best career finish, whether he finishes 5th or 1st, due to that incident with Tyler Tomasi. Looks like still haven't exactly found where it happened.
It was a single car deal with Tyler Tomasi.
Alright, so that is why the caution did not come out.
Now he snapped loose, climbed the wall, and towed it immediately.
Yeah, he knew that it was gonna lose him a bunch of track position and he wasn't gonna be able to catch up. But that's gonna definitely hurt him in the points.
Yes, because I believe he has already used his 1 drop race. Well, and it can't. Well, I guess it necessarily drops your worst finish.
We look, Kyle Meyer. Still, Brendan Queen's got about a 1.4 second lead over Kyle Meyer with less than 20 laps to go. Kyle Meyer's got to look deep into that book of tricks to try to find what he's going to try to do to get up there to Brendan Queen. There it is, down to 1.3. Stalled at 1.30. So he is definitely gaining on Brendan Queen.
Man, if I were Kyle Meyer, I'd be grabbing anything in the car that wasn't tied down, hoping for a debris caution. Roll bar padding, water bottles. Danica Patrick had a debris caution, lost the race on a debris caution because somebody threw a shoe on the track. I think she lost a NASCAR race. I think when she was in the Busch Series or something, because somebody threw a shoe on the track.
Oh my gosh! I've never heard that story, but that's hilarious. That sounds like something a Danica Patrick fan would do. As we look, looks like Brendan Queen's actually reeling in that 8 of Matt Knight. So we'll see if him lapping Matt Knights could potentially stall that 03. I'm pretty sure Matt is going to be respectful and maybe hold it lower. He's going to hold it low just because the high side is the preferred line that these drivers are running right now in the turns. There you see him. He's just hanging out there on the bottom. And there goes Brendan Queen right by, not wasting any time. Kyle Meyer does the same. He hasn't gotten by the 8 yet. There he goes. He heads on by. He's now gotten the lead to 1.1 second. So again, he's reeling them in, but will it be enough? 14 laps to go. There's 3rd place Blake Stallings. Kyle Meyer doesn't have to worry about anybody behind him. He's just got to worry about what's in front of him.
Correction, it was not a caution. Somebody threw a shoe on the track in Montreal for the at the time Nationwide Series, and she hit it and obliterated the radiator and lost the race.
That's hilarious. Looking back here, it's under a second lead for Brendan Queen. This is it. Kyle Meyer, he's 12 laps to go. He is the fastest car on the track right now. Now, 0.8. But can he do it in time? 11 laps to go. We've seen Kyle Meyer do something like this before. He did this kind of thing and won the race at Myrtle Beach 2 weeks ago. But, right, Kyle Meyer, he's running that low line while Brendan Queen is keeping it a little bit higher. Might be strategy for Kyle Meyer getting up there. 10 laps to go. And Kyle Meyer has a 0.7 deficit between him and Brendan Queen. Now 0.6. Yeah,
Can he go from worst to first is the question.
That would be an incredible feat for sure if Kyle Meyer could do that. Again, he started in the race in the back, did not have a qualifying time. It can be done. It can be done for sure. If he keeps gaining on him like this, it's now 0.5 between him and Brendan Queen. If he keeps doing a 10th each lap, he'll get up to them.
It's down to 0.58.
Again, if he can gain a 10th every single lap, he'll be by Brendan with 3 laps to go, and that'll give him enough
Big drive
time.
into turn 3 and 4 coming out on the front stretch. Within 2 cars now. Down to 0.48.
7 to go. This is going to be a test right here for Kyle Meyer. And both Kyle Meyer and Brendan Queen are currently in a very tight battle for the point standings lead. Drives it hard in there. Wow, he did get up there to his bumper. 6 laps to go now for Kyle Meyer.
0.33. He's within a car length, within a bumper.
Man. This is getting down to the nitty-gritty here.
6 to go. Kyle Meyer has the corner exit speed. Brendan Queen's got corner entry.
Will it be enough? Let's see. Right now, just trying to set up a pass. He's got 5 laps to think about and execute what he's going to do.
He's got 5 laps to learn how he's driving it and how to defeat it and how to make the move. It's like trying to defuse the bomb with 30 seconds on the clock, like in the movies.
Continuing to try to just... Man, this is stressful from a viewer standpoint. Like, I am on the edge of my seat right now watching Kyle Meyer try to get up there past Brendan Queen. Again, we have seen this before. 2 weeks ago at Myrtle Beach, he did this exact same thing where he closed them in and then with like 2 to go, he made the pass. All right, let's watch that cockpit cam of Kyle Meyer.
A lot of respect between these two drivers. Easily he could have come in there and given him the bump and run and taken the lead and ran away with it. But you can tell Kyle Meyer respects Brendan Queen's driving ability and the way he is racing him right now.
Absolutely, and that's the kind of drivers that we were looking for when we were recruiting drivers for the Intensity Racing League. It's clean drivers who, like you said, have respect for each other and will race each other clean, even if they're in a last-second situation to try to take the lead like we're in now. We're about to be 1 lap to go, and Kyle Meyer, he's going to look even further into that book of tricks to try to find what he's going to try to do. Final lap.
He's right there. Last lap, Brendan Queen left the top side open, which seemed to be the faster line tonight. Down the back stretch they go with drag race. Kyle Meyer Gonna look low, try
Oh.
to make something happen. Too
No.
little, too late. What a race.
Brendan Queen, like you said, too little, too late. Brendan Queen takes the victory here at Lucas Oil Raceway. There goes Blake Stallings taking third again. Kyle Meyer second. Daniel Folds finished fourth, and Matt Knights getting his career best 5th place finish.
Yep. That was quite the race there at the end. I didn't think he could really reel him in that close. I thought Brendan Queen had it secured, but boy, was I wrong.
And there goes Brendan Queen doing his burnout. He was able to fend off a hard-charging Kyle Meyer and get the win here at Lucas Oil. And he did it with the new super late model body. That's a feat in itself. He can say that he not only got the win here at Lucas Oil Raceway, but he got the first win in the new iRacing super late model body. He's now gonna do the old Kulwicki round, Lucas Oil.
Old Polish victory lap. Every time I win an iRacing, whether it's a hosted race or an official race, I don't care how long the track is, I will always hit the Polish victory lap.
I called it the Kulwicki because it was made famous by NASCAR champion Alan Kulwicki, rest in peace.
You always got to pay respect to the OGs, the legends of the sport.
I mean, they were the drivers that made the old race. But let's go ahead and start off by pulling in our 3rd place finisher, Mr. Blake Stallings. Hey Blake, this is Atlee and Alex in the broadcast booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Sweet. Well, man, that was very, very action-packed. I mean, we saw you just up there and things. You were in that battle from 2nd to 4th. You did actually make up 2 positions, started the race in 5th, so that was a feat right there. We did see you get loose a couple times, but you were able to hang on to 3rd place. I mean, give us a rundown of what happened from your perspective here at Lucas Oil.
It's definitely a good race with the new model here. It definitely drives a little bit different than the last model. The brakes, it definitely has a lot more brakes than the previous car did. This current track that we were at, I felt like I struggled with trying to find the forward drive that Brendan and Kyle had, and that was what caused me to get loose and jump up right there and Kyle to get around me. But I mean, overall, man, I thought it was a great race. If we would have had a little bit more time, I think definitely would have been a little bit more of a battle up front, and maybe I could have gained some ground on it. But those guys are always top notch every week with this series, and they always seem to hit it pretty well with the setups that are provided to us, which are great. You know, I'm glad we have an even playing field. But it's a cool deal to be involved in for sure.
Yeah, I was about to ask you what you thought of the new model and how it felt, but you've already answered that question.
Yeah, like I said, the previous model I did a little bit of testing at this track, and it had a little bit more forward drive and not quite as much brake. But the new model definitely feels a lot more accurate. I drive late models with Brendan in real life, and very, very realistic model. Great improvement, I think, overall, and I think it's going to bring a lot of action to the series.
Right, it was definitely fun to watch with the first race with the new body, but again, you got 3rd place in the new body. So, I mean, any sponsors you'd like to thank before I let you go?
Yeah, R&S Race Cars, a chassis company that my family owns with partners with Marcus Richmond, PFC Brakes, all those guys, SRI. Basically all the people that help us out with our business week in and week out, and you guys for putting on an awesome league with us.
We're glad that you're with us. I mean, you run great every single week, consistent top 5 finisher. Again, you get 3rd place, so great job, and hopefully we'll see another great performance next week with our season finale at Martinsville. Have a great night.
Yes, sir. You too. Thank you, guys.
Go ahead and get in 2nd place finisher, Kyle Meyer. Hey, Kyle, this is Atlee and Alex in the broadcast booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Sweet. Well, man, that was crazy. Started the race in the back, didn't have a qualifying time, and you just shot your way up to second place like a rocket. Made it by Tyler, Matt, Daniel, Blake, but then you had to track down Brendan Queen, and you got like almost to the back bumper, and you had a last resort move there on that final lap. Tried to get by him, but in the end, you ended up getting second place. But still, great effort trying to get second place. I mean, just give us a little rundown on what happened here at Lucas Oil Speedway.
Well, I think the scrutiny was turned up in qualifying because I got on the backstretch and I went back and forth, and it actually DQ'd me from qualifying. That's why I didn't get a time. So then I knew I had my work cut out. I appreciate Tyler kind of letting me go. It drove like crazy trying to get to Brendan, and when I got there, didn't really know where to go, and the only shot was to try to bottom through 3 and 4, which I knew probably wasn't going to work, but I tried it anyways and just tried to make sure I didn't door slam him. He's ran me clean. I like to be clean because I like to be run clean, so there was no sense in door slamming him or left rearing him or anything like that. Take what we can get.
I actually made a comment in the middle of during that battle. I noticed how clean you were racing him because you very well easily could have fed him a bumper and gave him the old bump and run for the win, but you chose to pass him the hard way, the clean way, and the way anyone would want to be raced. With that, one more thing: what is your opinion on the new model, the new body of the Super Late model?
Well, they look 100 times cooler for sure.
Definitely.
I feel like they drive a little better, to be honest with you. I definitely could have used a little bit more practice, but not too bad for first outing on them.
Again, you finished second in our first race with those new Super Late models, so that's a feat in itself. But congratulations again on the second place finish. Any shout outs or sponsors you'd like to thank before we let you go?
Behringer Builders, Jonathan Mullet Racing, Trifolds Racing, Daniel, you guys for putting on a awesome show every week and letting me be a part of it.
And it's great to have you with us racing week after week. And next week we do got the season finale, and you're right up there in the point standing. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I think this one might seal the deal for Brendan, but we're gonna give it everything we got. See where we come out.
Well, congratulations on second place, and hopefully we'll see another good performance next week. Have a great night.
Thank you, sir. You too.
Go ahead and pull in first place finisher, Brendan Queen. Hey, Brendan, this is Atlee and Alex in the broadcast booth. You got a copy?
Hey, buddy, what's up?
We will started the race on the pole, and you got yourself to a good lead there, but then once Kyle Meyer got in clean air, he was able to reel you in. But both y'all raced each other clean, respectfully, and I like that. So but still had a last little resort, and he didn't get the win, so you ended up getting the win. So, I mean, just give us a little walk down of what happened here at Lucas Oil Speedway.
Yeah, we've definitely been running clean the past couple of weeks, going back to Myrtle Beach and then New Smyrna and now tonight. I got to work on my long run a little bit. I've been a little bit off, but tonight didn't get too much practice, maybe a couple of laps with the server issues, and somehow got the pole. I didn't expect that, but then I knew like I had to get as big of a lead as I could because I knew Kyle was going to be fast, and I probably went a little too hard and kind of burned my stuff up early, but I knew like catching me was one thing, passing me was going to be another, so I really just tried to make sure I just didn't slip the tires too bad and give him an opportunity to get under me or get position, and luckily it worked out there. And setting us up really good on wins going into the finale now.
I think you're sitting pretty stout there in the points.
Yeah, I think we were tied coming into the night. I'm sorry, I was one ahead coming into the night, and I knew if I won tonight, no matter what, he couldn't tie me and wins next week if it came down to a tiebreaker. So that's a pretty big step, I feel like, to trying to win this championship.
Everything you can get, but right now we're just focusing it on tonight. But again, you did a fantastic job holding them off. And any shout outs or sponsors you'd like to thank before we let you go?
Oh yeah, for sure. Just got to thank obviously y'all for putting it on, broadcasting it. Atlee and Alex, y'all do a great job. I got to thank Zach Passon for painting the car on the new Super Late for tonight. Got to thank Old School Video Games, Bryn Trim, Duragloss, Rayvon Clark Engines, Affordable Transmissions, Chick-fil-A, and I also just got to thank the man above. And let's just try to keep building on the momentum into the finale next week, and we'll just see what we got next week when we get there.
Absolutely. Well, congratulations on the win, and hopefully we'll see another good performance next week. And now let's go ahead and pull in our 5th place finisher, highest finish in his career. Got Mr. Matt Knights. Hey, Matt, this is Atlee and Alex in the broadcast booth. You got a copy?
Matthew.
Don't have Matt Knights right now.
We have his dog.
So let's wrap it up here with the broadcast. Thank you, everyone, for watching the race here at Lucas Oil Raceway. Congratulations to the race winner, Brendan Queen. And make sure to like, follow, and subscribe to Intensity Broadcasting on Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook, as we are on the road to 2,000 followers on Facebook and 1,000 still on Twitch and YouTube. And make sure to also go ahead and check us out on the Twitter. And if you haven't already, make sure to watch or listen to the Intensity Broadcasting podcast number 4. You can listen to it on Facebook, or listen and watch it on Facebook, YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Google Podcasts. So all of those places you can watch or listen to the Intensity Broadcasting podcast number 4. And hopefully you have a great night. I'm Atlee Atman Weiss, and on behalf of the whole Intensity Broadcasting team, thank you so much for watching. And please join us next time. Over and out.